Hello everyone, we present you Kube Memory. Kube Memory is an agentic DevOps Copilot, a model context protocol control plane that sits between your AI coding assistant and your entire operational stack. Think of it as an institutional memory tagged with autonomous incident response, exposed as a single MCP endpoint your agent can call. It does not replace your cluster, it anchors to your Kubernetes API, Slack, GitHub, PagerDuty, Prometheus, and whatnot, and gives the agent policy-bound superpowers to deploy, observe, diagnose, mitigate, and even notify. Consider it like having an SRE agent on standby, not a chatbot that guesses, but a background operational sentinel wired with real cluster data, paging tree, and an entire source control access. So let me jump right away to the demo. The onboarding process is really simple, where any developers can come in and register their application as whole. By application, I mean their entire operational stack, be it Kubernetes for pod management, GitHub for storing their code, Slack for messaging purposes, PagerDuty for incident, and whatnot. We will be supporting various other integrations like AWS, Azure, and everything, which will be dropping early next week. So here you can see I have my Kubernetes, GitHub, Slack, PagerDuty, and all configured for my application. I am demoing a payment service deployment. So let me just go ahead and create an API for the same such that my MCP server can use that. I'll be using Cursor client as an ID choice. Let me give full memory access to Cognion now. Once I have the API ready, what I can do is I can copy this API key and go to my mcp.json in my preferred ID and basically register the MCP like this. Once this is registered, your IDE client will be able to pick up Kube Memory as an MCP client, and all the supported commands and everything will get noted to your ID. So I have my MCP server set up on my Cursor, which is my preferred IDE choice. So this is my payments API canary, intentionally misconfigured for the demo, 64 megabyte memory limit and a memory leak true. With a 20-second delay, stable production is already running in the same namespace. So let me just go ahead and try to deploy this using Kube Memory. I'll be using the kube deploy command, which is offered by Kube Memory. I'll demo my canary application, and I'll even tag my stable manifest, which is this one right here. Let me go ahead and even set my PagerDuty as true, and such that we get all the related notifications. So while this is in action, Kube Memory will act as an agentic DevOps MCP server. It will try to deploy my canary application, watches its spot in its background for failures in natures like auto memory issues, and when things break, it autonomously remediates. Stable cutover, it notifies on PagerDuty, Prometheus, and even generates an autonomous Slack alert tagging the on-call engineer, and even raises a fixed PR for the same. So every deploy today starts with zero operational context. Kube Memory will act as a single tool which keeps an eye on your cluster, hands-on remediation, and memory across incidents. Cogni Cloud acts as the memory layer for Kube Memory, which notifies the entire DevOps pipeline for the application that developers are onboarded to. So instead of the agent running raw kubectl, it calls memory Kube Memory, one authenticated endpoint wired to Kubernetes, Slack, GitHub, PagerDuty, and whatnot. So for this demo, we'll proving autonomous canary failure handling, deploy background pod surveillance, and full incident closure without me touching the cluster. So I can see that Kube Memory has detected an out-of-memory issue, and it has basically detected, mitigated an incident. Let me go to the Kube Memory dashboard to see this in action. So here's my Kube Memory dashboard. Let us first check if there were any incident raised on PagerDuty. Okay, I can see there are two incident raised for two of the application. This is one for the payment service canary deployment failed for an out-of-memory issue. This was raised a minute ago. Let me even check on Slack whether there were any notifications on the payment service which failed. So I can see that I'm tagged as an on-call engineer, and it was a payment service failure where this pod failed to get spinned up. And even when an on-call engineer is tagged, I get tagged with the PagerDuty incident to fix the issue, and even a fixed PR for the same. Let me get the PR. Yeah. So I can see Kube Memory bot change the image to OM fix. It bumped up the memory and CPU memory and the CPU version.